Basement on KSFS. Justin Russell here.
Baarde in the building.
And we have a special guest, ladies and gentlemen. Television producer, fellow television producer, educator, and director creative extraordinaire, Mr. Omid Shamsapour.
Thank you for having me on the show, guys.
In the building.
Very honored to have you today, sir.
Honored to be here.
Yes, sir. And listeners, like we do it every episode, we're going to start with shout-outs, right? Shout out to KSFS. Shout out to Marin TV, right? The two homes. That's right. Our two broadcast homes, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, shout out to IDTV.
Shout out to IDTV, our
We'll
third
get into that
broadcast
later.
home.
We'll get into that later.
Shout out to the Say It Like It Is podcast.
The Who Asked You podcast.
Shout out to Deal Fluid Magazine.
Never Odd or Even.
Shout out Passion of the Weiss, POW Recordings.
Sucker Free Dumb City.
And Omid, you got any shout outs for us?
Yeah, first and foremost, my mom, my dad, my grandma.
There you go.
My closest peeps. They are my rock. They're the best people on earth, and they've always supported me in my dreams everywhere I go. So family's everything.
I love it. Keep it in the family. Yo,
100%.
Listeners, call in. Tell us how much you love us. Tell us how much you love your families. Shout outs. Whatever you need to do, call us up. The number's 415-338-1532. And also check us out on the live chat, the live stream, which is beccamedia.net/KSFS. And also, I just want to plug my social real quick. Yo, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Justin Russell, JSTNRSSS. Excuse me, 2 S's. Sorry.
That's right. It's 2 S's.
JSTNRSSLL. Excuse me. I've had a couple at this point.
Nice.
Anybody else want to plug their socials while we at it?
Yeah, social media, my accounts on Twitter and Instagram, Omid Indeed. OMIDINDEED.
Oh.
Come check it out.
Nice. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter at CJ Baarde. CJBAARDE.
That's right.
One word.
That's right. You can follow us on Instagram at the.basement.
The.basement.
And on Twitter at what is it?
The Basement SF.
There you go. The Basement SF.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to synchronize that.
Right, yeah. Somebody probably took the moniker.
Nah, I'm trying. So apparently Twitter is about to wipe a bunch of old accounts clean.
Yeah.
We're in that pipeline.
Oh, I see.
We're
Because
in
lack
that
of
lane.
activity or something? Or,
Yeah.
Let's
They're
change
about
that.
to wipe their servers.
Oh, man. All right, well, why don't we get it started like we usually do, man? How was you guys this week?
Yeah,
Good,
my
Omid.
week
Let's
was great.
start with Omid.
Super busy with work, but can't
course.
complain. But capped off the weekday, started off the weekend with a bang. I saw Kiss
Nice.
at the Oakland Arena, and David Lee Roth, the original lead singer of Van Halen, opening up for the band. And let me tell you guys something. I'm a huge fan of Van Halen and Kiss, two of my all-time favorite bands. And I was blown away by both performances. I cannot stress enough that at their age and where they're at in their careers, both artists were amazing and had the time of my life. And it was just amazing. I just came off such a personal and emotional high, just loving live music and rock and roll and having the time of my life. And I just couldn't, I can't stress enough how amazing it was.
I love it. How many times have you seen Kiss?
Actually, it's my first time. I grew up... Kiss is one of my all-time favorite bands, and I missed their reunion tour mark in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
I was just 13, 14 years old, so I started going to concerts around that time, shortly after. So I had this kind of deep regret that I never got to see the original 4 members of Kiss, Gene, Paul, Ace, and Peter.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been on tour many times since then, and I was like, I'll go one day. I just kind of brushed it off, but I always wanted to go. And I have so many of their live DVDs and books and shirts and all the Kiss merch. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to have any regrets. I want to go see them now. So Tommy, who replaced Ace, and Eric, who replaced Peter, both did a phenomenal job. All 4 members, amazing to all eras, and I couldn't be happier. It was one of the best shows I've ever been to.
That's dope, man. It's good when you get to finally fulfill that show, or
Yep.
you get to knock that wish list off, or that little bite off your wish list, that item off your wish list, rather.
Exactly.
I want to see Kendrick still to this day.
Kendrick's
Still.
great.
So
I'm down to go with you guys for that.
Yeah,
Let
he
me know
used to, when he dropped his first mixtape, Section 80, he performed at Slim's in San Francisco.
yeah, that's
Oh,
crazy.
that's a great
It's crazy when you
venue.
think about how artists start when they
Yeah.
get this playing in those really small venues, and next thing you know, they're playing
now
the Fox
arenas.
and then arenas.
Oh,
You know.
absolutely. Yeah, I have some people ask me, do I like live big shows or small shows? I tend to honestly, there's an intimacy of the small shows that I love. You're really close to the artist, but then also the big, huge spectacle of a live show as well. And I think in bands like Kiss, it's like perfect for that. Then you got like other artists and like, you know, hip hop artists or rock artists that just have more intimate settings. So it just depends on the artist, but I think there's beauty in both.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yo, listeners, we got a mix curated by Omid Indeed himself. You know, tell us how you like it. It'll be up on Spotify later on, right?
It will.
So my week, man, editing has just been kicking a hole in my arse. But I got caught up on the episodes that I've been slacking off on for the past few weeks. So the Basement is all caught up. I'm starting on J-Mac's show. We're working on that. We're almost done with that. Working
Congratulations on landing that, man.
We haven't had an episode since that show, have we?
We haven't had an episode since that show. Nope, this is the first episode.
Yep.
So that was awesome. I'm almost done with everything here, and we should have some stuff up on the YouTube page for everybody really soon.
Content.
So, good news, content.
That's right.
Also, in my week, I auditioned for a host gig for a local access television show that Chris is a producer for. Tell us about it, Chris.
So I'm in the live studio production class at City College San Francisco.
That's right.
And we had open auditions to be hosts on the TV show the students in our class are producing. Like, it's called IDTV. We produce 3 episodes each semester in the spring. And I hit up my homie because, like, if I'm directing this stuff and producing, I need to have, like, talent that I could work with.
Right, exactly.
So I was like, bro, I'm gonna hit up my homie, who I've known for almost a decade.
Because one of the hardest things to do ever as a producer is to put a show together with talent that you're kind of iffy on. It's like, oh man, it's like I had no choice in any of the casting, so now I don't really know how I can write for this particular person, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How they're gonna be on set.
Yeah, there's so many factors involved, right? I mean, you can't just have a host and guest. You have to have like curate everything to make it work. This is such a most people don't realize how much you have to put into a show before you go live. So
It was cool for me because that was the first time I actually got to experience the audition process.
Right. Yeah, and my guy killed the audition.
Yeah, well, thank you.
And like people, like I didn't let people know that he was my homie till like after the until the very end.
Nice.
That's
until the very end.
Yeah, I was wondering,
end.
How did you go about the audition process?
The thing
on
is,
your
I was
side? And then I wondered if you wondered how I went about it.
So for all the auditions, I was the director.
Okay, cool.
I was in the back in the studio making all the calls, like just like, all right, bring the next person.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We're in playback. All right, did we record it? All right, cool. All right, bring the next guy. That's why, like, when you finished, like it was just hella fast. It was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't let people know that you're the homie.
Yeah.
And then I don't let them know
if,
after. They were just like, okay, cool, tight.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was because he's my homie, but like when I went to audition, I just didn't feel any kind of nerves. Like I just sat down and I was just like, people were walking. I was like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? I was just ready for it.
I remember when you were telling me about that, I was like, when you told me you ended up getting the gig, because you told me you were going in for an audition, and then you came back, and I was like, I had no doubt you were going to get it.
Thanks, man.
There was a cool, calm, collected vibe when you told me that. And then I didn't know until today that CJ was behind the process. So I was like, that's a shoo-in.
Dude,
but,
thank you, man.
Of course, but also I think it's a credit to him as well. Like he wanted, you got it, you earned it. And then the homie part, the connection came after.
Yeah.
So it's like he did you right and you did it right.
Dude.
So
I love that
think
it's gonna benefit both of us because
Yeah.
it's like I get to get a little bit of practice on screen and then he gets to write for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo, hit the button.
I was the first one. Boom.
No, but like,
Set the precedent.
what's it called? No, like, so it's on channel 27, which is like public access on like Comcast for like every like.
Right. I think
That's
have the
our
same
government
format
channel.
that we have. Yeah.
The thing is, we air like your guys' stuff too.
Oh yeah. For
Like,
real?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Because like there's like not a talent or there's not a big pool of public access
Sure,
stuff
right.
you can like play, So
That's dope. We're having a public
trying to change
access
that, you know?
conversation on the radio.
That's
right?
great. That's
but
great.
really though, like if no one's gonna change, the thing is public access. People are flipping through channels,
Yeah.
People are cord cutting.
Yeah. Exactly.
So they just have
Yeah.
their phone or they just have their like TV directly connected. They just get the basic stuff.
Right.
sure.
But
Yeah, everyone's got that at least.
I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get that 27 in San Francisco.
Oh,
We don't have it yet. But we got a million channels. It's somewhere there, but it's just like I gotta sift through it. I know on Comcast channel 27. that's where you're gonna find your boy.
Yeah, public access just needs a little bit more exposure. It's already got the content. It's got a lot of content.
It's got all the new fresh content.
Yeah, some interesting stuff.
I think what's great about public access is that people like us and like-minded individuals really have a lot of control in the content that we put out.
Yeah.
And also how we can inspire other people to kind of do the same thing, whether it's you're a fan of music, sports, entertainment, anything.
Right.
Anything that you have interest in, you kind of bring that commonality together. That's how like we connected, right? That's how we became close friends, is that like you came into Marin TV, took a class, and then one thing led to another. So it's just like, we need more of that environment because it's really positivity. Everyone's doing their thing. We're all rooting for each other. Mm-hmm. Right. It's not creating that like, oh, my show versus your show. No, it's my show and your show.
Yeah.
And then our show.
Yeah. Man.
That's the way it should be.
That was kind of like what I said in my audition too. One of the things I said was, I like the public access aspect of it because it's like if people can see themselves on television, then it almost makes them want to get involved. They're more engaged in what they're watching. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Bro, that resonated with everybody in the studio.
Really? Yeah.
They're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I believe that. That's a great answer.
Because like I want to hear like how Justin shines. So like he was in the room, he did the audition. So like what the perspective of the judges and those who are like
the thing is,
what do they say about Justin?
So everybody in the class, they're like, we all had, so it's a whole democracy. We all had votes in, like, and it's just like everybody gave Justin like 5 stars.
Awesome.
Because we voted this thing on a Google Doc. Like,
really?
rate this person from 1 to 5.
Yeah.
Sick.
And Justin was the only male.
Dope.
Really? Just like,
Yeah.
Well, the other dude got in because like he barely made the cutoff point.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's just like they were all females,
Yeah.
Justin.
Yeah.
And it's like he looked the most comfortable in front of the camera. And people were saying, it's like, oh, he looks like a natural. We might have to put some powder on his forehead. He's looking kind of greasy right now.
Yeah.
Bro, they were like, yeah, his forehead's kind of oily, but like, we can fix that.
Yeah. No, I'm so happy to hear that.
Because like they were already thinking
dope.
stuff like that. It's just like, okay, all right, we can already like picture this guy in front of camera.
I mean, what I get from that is like, oh, that's all we have to work on with because he's got everything else kind of thing. So it's almost like
that's all we got to work with.
They almost had to find something.
Yeah, because the thing is, they were like picking people out,
Sure,
in the studio, like in the control room, just like, all right, I don't know, like, but
That was
all right, we might have to put makeup on him.
Yeah. So
that's great.
Thanks for putting me on. So, yeah, man,
cool.
that was dope.
That's
we
awesome.
got the basement on KSFS, man. We got Omid Shamsapour in the building.
Thank you, sir.
A mix curated by himself. Tupac Picture Me Rolling playing right now, right?
Yeah, I just, being that this is my first appearance on the show, I kind of wanted to do like a custom playlist of like artists from like all eras and all genres that I love. And I think every time I come on, I'll come up with something like kind of different or something similar in that regard. But yeah, just I think coming from the Kiss and the Van Halen or David Lee Roth show came off that high. Oh, one side note, I did see the original lead guitarist from Kiss, Ace Frehley, a few years ago. Who's one of my heroes.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Oh, and I showed you video. Oh, I mean, that can go on about that for sure. But then, like you got Pac, and then, got a couple of more surprises coming up.
Nice.
Cube, and then kind of then go into modern rock a little bit. So I want to start with classic rock, hip hop, and then modern rock. So,
Dope. I like the eclecticness.
Yeah.
Eclecticness.
Of course. I mean, honestly, I'm just a fan of music, right?
The eclecticity.
There you go.
I like good music.
Is that a word?
It's a word. I was like, is
we could be
eclecticity the word?
eclecticity. It's like electricity, electric.
better.
Yeah, exactly.
Electric.
3 of us can, trademark a word today.
Electricity or
Eclecticity.
eclectricity.
Electricity. Eclectricity. That's it. We're eclectic. We're electric, and it's electricity.
City. We in the city, bro.
It's like we're Schoolhouse Rock
We in the
Volume
city.
2. That's us right now. Boom. So.
Yo, the basement
I'm
on
just a
KSFS,
bill
man.
and I'm living on Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
Slapper.
Yeah, man. Good times.
Current events, man. In current events, rest in peace, Mr. James Lipton.
Rest in peace.
Absolutely.
Host of Inside the Actor Studio. I don't know if you guys were a fan of that show. I was a huge fan of that show.
Huge fan. I mean, the guest that he had on, he literally got the who's who on that show. And a little shout out to Will Ferrell, his spoof on him on Saturday Night Live. And just I love that as well because he killed it. But yeah, James Lipton is definitely one of the best to ever do it.
I remember graduating high school and being like, yo, this dude's 85 years old.
Yep.
Like, dang, this dude's still kicking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
it's a lot
James
The
of
Lipton.
king of his craft.
A Detroit legend, too, also.
That's right. And it's interesting. Like we were just talking about some people who recently passed. when you see how many people were touched by a certain person when they pass away, like there's that positive wave that comes from it because everyone's kind of sharing that grief. So
Yeah, we were talking about Kobe earlier. We could bring it back, man. We got the hoodie on. You know what I'm saying? Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant.
Black Mamba, man, it's my dude. It's one of my heroes.
And maybe we can even transition to sports from this.
Sure.
We can bring some of the current events back. But just talking about Kobe, man, like what a shock. What a huge shock and what a huge hit, man, to sports. The memorial was this past week. Kyle was there, right?
Bro,
Kyle was in the building.
TMZ sent the intern.
Oh, they didn't send Kyle?
They didn't send Kyle.
Oh man,
Damn.
He was supposed to go, but they sent the intern to cover the service.
They made that intern's day. His year, probably.
Yeah, my brother was kind of bummed about it.
Yeah,
but like,
I imagine.
Yeah, because he really wanted to cover it, but like
his brother is like a production assistant at TMZ. He works on the crew. Yeah.
Oh yeah. If I were in there, I'd be like, that's the assignment I want.
The thing is, he really wanted to do it, but
sure.
Yeah, TMZ was like, nah, we ain't got the budget.
It sucks, but it's understandable.
They got the budget for other stuff.
I couldn't watch the celebration when it first live. It was just.
I've seen it.
I have it recorded. I have it saved.
Yeah.
I saw like bits and pieces, but I'm not ready to sit down and watch the whole thing yet. It's too heavy.
The thing is, like, Kobe Bryant was able to bring out the humanistic side of Michael Jordan.
Yeah, for sure.
He did.
And
yeah,
it's like,
and you
dude,
could
I watched that often. Just like, dude, like Kobe did this. Like it's better than his Hall of Fame speech. Like,
oh yeah,
and
for sure.
The worst part, we don't get a Kobe Hall of Fame speech.
Oh my God.
He was supposed to go in this year.
He was supposed to go
Tim
in.
Duncan.
Yep.
KG.
Dude, the jokes he was gonna have with Shaq and with Powell and all of his teammates and all the guys that he beat or he played with, Kobe was good. It was almost gonna be a roast. He was just gonna like roast everyone, but everybody wants to get roasted by Kobe because it's an honor.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I feel like, unfortunately, like, because he passed, like, all these stories are gonna come out naturally. Over time. Yeah. It's just like, all right, like we're gonna get that. But like,
did you guys at an early episode? You guys talk about like I've seen your guys' show, by the way. It's awesome. You guys kind of like dive into the Kobe thing, like the day, like when you guys found out, like where you guys were at. And all that?
We just kind of brought it back and we were like discussing like where we were at the moment when we found out and stuff like that. Chris was in LA at the time. I was I had woke up from a slumber, like wow, what terrible news to wake up to, you know. So.
It's crazy. Hey, dude, that Friday, the 24th. I sent you a text. Remember, we both had a really rough, long week.
Yeah.
I just sent you a text talking about how appreciative I am of our friendship and our brotherhood.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then you sent me one back, which was an emotional day. There was something in the air. And, and then the next day, I had work all day. And my buddy was visiting. We're both huge Van Halen fans. And it was Eddie Van Halen's birthday that Sunday, the 26th. So we were just going to come celebrate, like listen to music, play guitar, have some beer, have a good time.
Yeah.
So we went out Saturday night, and I see that LeBron passes, Kobe is the third all-time scorer, and I was so happy. Instagram, Twitter, retweeting it, loving it. I took screenshots like 3 a.m. I remember when I got back home, just like so happy. I went to bed, and then I slept in. Mm-hmm. Then I woke up. I was just telling you guys a little earlier, like I woke up to a massive array of texts from like my best friends, my family. And then like people I haven't talked to in a very long time actually hit me up, and I'm like, it's not my birthday. I'm not getting married. Like something bad happened.
Right.
And I had a real sinking feeling, and I turn off notifications for most things. I just, almost every news is bad, and boy, am I glad I did, because that's like the worst news ever. So I don't even remember what text I opened up first, and I was crushed, and I couldn't. It was hard. I couldn't even process it. Like. Crying, sadness, all that was blocked off. I was numb the whole day.
Yeah, man.
And that day was the Royal Rumble. My friend and I were both huge WWE fans. That couldn't be a more perfect program to watch that day, because I had to get my mind off. So I had to watch something that's completely, it's sports entertainment. It's scripted. It has nothing to do with basketball. I was on autopilot. I was watching it, but I was just like, I didn't want to do anything else.
Right.
And anyway, so, we've talked about it since then. And, the thing that resonates with me that I need my people to understand, the hero to me, the villain to others, or hero to all of us, we all love Kobe in different ways, is that there's always going to be an element of pain and sadness when I see Kobe, and that was beforehand a source of joy. It'll always be a joy and inspiration for me, but now there's always that, because of Gianna and all the other people who are in the hell. I mean, there's like 9 people tragically passed, and the countless people affected by it directly because of family. it's terrible, it's sad, and it's really hard to process.
Yeah, dude.
Because of the impact he had on everybody. I love Kobe. I always have and always will. And rest in peace, Black Mamba. You know, Mamba per sempre. So,
Bro, me, like,
yeah.
so I was in LA that weekend.
Yeah. Oh,
so
man.
it just so happened, I was just out there for my cousin's son's, like, birthday, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And my brother, he stays in Koreatown, which is like, all right, I was leaving that Sunday night. That's my plane ride. So I woke up that Sunday morning at my brother's place, like, all right, let's go to Staples Center. Let's check out the Shaq statue, right?
Oh, man.
Let's check out the statues. Let's just go chill. And it's just like, cool. Go take a shower, get ready for the day. And it's just like, bro, my brother's crying, like, on his bed, like, bro, Kobe died. I was like, what?
Like,
And it's just like,
yeah.
dude, it's just like, it's hard. Like, we couldn't go. We didn't want to go to Staples Center. I mean, we didn't know that was the day of, like, the BET Hip Hop Awards, too.
Right, yeah.
At the
Yeah.
same time. Because
Yeah.
if we tried to go, there would have been hell of traffic.
Yeah, the Grammys.
But
were
Grammys
happening
was that-
weekend.
Oh,
too.
yeah, it was the Grammys. They were there.
Is that Staples,
Not the BET
right?
Awards,
It was
but the
Yeah,
Grammys.
it was the Grammys. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's just
Because
like, yeah.
The tribute later that day.
I didn't care about the Grammys.
I didn't watch
care
it
either.
you know, I had
That's
people.
part of the reason why I didn't want to go to Staples Center, because I
Yeah.
found it was the Grammys. I don't want to be there because they're about to be celebrating all this stuff.
I had
and
people
don't wanna
text
be
me,
there.
"Oh, do you check out the Kobe tribute?" I'm like, "No, I can't watch it."
Yeah, I
right
can't.
now.
And it's like,
I don't know when.
No, but
Anyway,
so that
yeah.
day, so instead of going to Staples, so I got the shower. It's like, dude, me and my brother had a moment. We were just crying, just like, dude, bro, that's like our arch nemesis. And bro, like, we're Warriors fans. Our mom's like a Lakers fan. Like she's from the Philippines, came here in the '80s, and like her Showtime Lakers were the Lakers.
That was my parents'
yeah.
team.
Yeah.
That's why I became a Laker fan. I late 80s, early 90s, I was watching. So same kind of connection there.
So it's like
Yeah.
so it's just like growing up, her Lakers with Kobe used to always beat our Warriors all the time.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
It used to just be like some salty, like family, like whatever stuff. But I don't know, it brought our family together, like
For
these
sure.
games, you know. And it's just like, dog, it's just like, it sucks, you know, because like,
Yeah.
and it's just like, so we ended up going to lunch, just like me, my brother, and his girlfriend, just going to brunch. My mom calls me, just like, CJ, I'm at Target. Did you hear what happened? Just like crying, like, dude, I hear it in her voice, just like, dude,
Yeah.
I started crying at the table, just like, Mom, I know it's like sad, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's interesting. You know, there's no right or wrong way to deal with that kind of grief. Everyone has a different way. Like my crying moment kind of came sporadically. It's like I almost like, oh my God, aren't I supposed to cry right now? And then it just hits me, and then I just, I bawl. You know, man, we all have our own relationship with Kobe. Like, you guys know, like, diehard Laker fan, and Kobe was my hero, and he was a villain to you guys on the court. But we all loved him. We all
exactly.
loved him, and that's the thing. Kobe embraced that to no end. And I think what helped me with the grieving process with my friends who reached out saying, oh, like, I know we hated on the Lakers or whatever, but we still got mad respect for Kobe, and we were all crushed and so devastated. We can only imagine how you feel. I was like, hey, listen, Kobe was for me as much as Kobe was for you guys as much as he was there for me, because he served as far as being a Laker, he served the purpose being a hero to Laker fans and a villain to others. It was a beautiful relationship that he really championed, especially later in his career. And I just think that's how amazing Kobe is, that he really brought people together in such an organic way, And then what he was doing the second half of his life and career, winning an Oscar. I was telling people, like, dude, the guy goes in for his first attempt, kills it, wins an Oscar. I mean, that's Kobe. That's the
It's just
definition of success.
He brought that mentality to the entertainment industry,
Mamba
and it's like,
mentality.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I saw that, like, I've watched Muse like at least like twice a week.
Me too.
Like
I got that
since like I watched Muse.
I
Like,
bought
I'm
that on YouTube just to have.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, I'm like I watched Muse, and it's just
Yeah.
like, bro, like he represents the transition from like being an athlete into a second life, into a career.
Yeah.
Like not everybody's gonna make it to the NBA. Not everybody's gonna make it to D1, D2. Not everybody's gonna get a scholarship, but you have hope. Like find out what you want to do, in life,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Kobe had that second career. He had that second life, and he was only beginning. And it's just like, bro.
It just shows you, because like so many people were talking about that. I'm sure you guys know that, like a lot of pundits too, and I mean even some of us were like, what's Kobe going to do after basketball? Because the guy was literally obsessed with the sport of basketball, driven to win. And then he showed everyone, hey, he took that, like you said, Mamba mentality to a whole new level. There's no one ever going to be like him, and but hopefully his story can inspire everyone around the world of all ages, and be the best you can be. And I already dedicated the rest of my life to Kobe and others that have inspired me in different ways to really just be successful, healthy and successful in any way I can. And if I can inspire others and others can inspire me, we should all really champion each other's cause.
For sure.
1000%. R.I.P. Bean, man.
100%.
Yo, let's keep the topic of basketball going. So Spike Lee was at a Knicks game
Oh, man.
and was escorted out the door. Is that what happened?
The thing is, like, it's
entrance or
like
something? Yeah.
multiple reports. Like, he went to the wrong entrance, but I don't. Apparently, he has like beef with Dolan. I don't know. He's mad at Dolan because the Knicks suck. I feel it. I feel it. I don't know.
Well, I saw him on First Take, and he was talking about like how he wasn't given a warning or something like that,
Right.
or heads up. This is a guy who literally is, like Jack Nicholson to the Lakers, Spike Lee to the Knicks. There's just
exactly.
those people who are like
He's
diehard.
He's the E40 of the Warriors.
That's
Exactly.
that's true. That's very true. Everybody's got that super fan that's like the number one, and I just feel like even though Spike Lee doesn't ask for special treatment, he shouldn't be treated less
Right.
than a fan, And I feel like from what I've heard from Spike Lee, one of my favorite all-time directors and people, it just sucks to see how he was treated. I know
was
there's
kinda
two
whack.
sides to everything, but it seemed fishy to me.
Yeah, supposedly he was coming through an employee entrance, and they were like, "We don't want you to come through this entrance anymore, Spike." And he's like, "Well, I've been using the same entrance for like 25 years."
That's the thing I don't
I
like.
think that's the issue, the biggest issue there.
And he was such a good sport, but he's like, just give me a heads up. And he never got a heads up. I feel like you kind of deserve that heads up.
Especially if it's the Knicks. Come on, man.
It's funny because it's funny because that happened and there's so much backlash on the Knicks. So many people hating on the Knicks right now. Just like, bro, Dolan.
It sucks because as a Knicks fan, the best thing to do would be to boycott the games if you could make that happen. You can't make that happen because it's New York City. Like people just pull up, they go to the games.
It's just funny because it happened to Charles Oakley not too long ago.
Yeah.
And now Spike Lee. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Wasn't he cuffed and escorted out?
I'm just like, the fans love these people. Why don't you take out like James Dolan, the owner? That'd be so hilarious, dude. Just like if the fans started booing, would they
That'd
do
never
that?
happen because you see what happens when the dude, criticizes him even a little bit. You yell "sell the team" at him. He's ready to ban you from every game ever in the future. It's like, that's crazy.
True.
Has Dolan made a statement, an official statement yet, or anything?
Yeah, I think the Knicks made a statement.
Oh,
They said, they basically called him a victim and said that he was.
Called him a victim.
Yeah, they doubled down and basically said he was being, facetious or he was being extra.
Yeah. I don't know. When you see a guy like Spike Lee that's been through thick and thin, and he's been literally asked, hey, you're from Brooklyn, why don't you just go, why don't you just gravitate towards Brooklyn? He's like, no, I too late in the game. Like I've been Knicks forever.
Born, yeah.
And I love and respect that. And to me, he embodies the Knicks. Ideally. But the Knicks today is a whole different. I mean, they haven't won since 1973.
I think they really should sell that team.
Walt Frazier, you know what I mean? That was like the best, that was the man back in the day.
Yeah.
And that was his team, I think Phil Jackson was on that team as well. Anyway, but yeah, they haven't won it forever, but that doesn't matter to him. He'll always be loyal to that team. The way he was treated, or at least the way it was handled, was very poorly towards him.
Super, yeah. Come on, man. He basically kept y'all alive during that Knicks Pacers series where y'all ended up losing anyway.
Yeah, the 94. Yeah, I think even like Reggie Miller and stuff like reach out and all that stuff. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen that documentary?
That's the crazy.
Reggie Miller versus the Knicks.
Yeah, how you mad at Spike when he's the reason you guys had a documentary?
Yeah,
even?
for real.
Like nobody's doing a documentary on the Knicks.
No. And you would think like the New York Knicks, like as prestigious as like the Lakers and the Celtics, the Bulls and the Warriors becoming now, Knicks has always been one of those teams.
Yeah,
like,
man.
yeah. So I want to see them win one day. That would be really cool to see the Knicks, in my lifetime. Our lifetime, that'd be cool to see that.
Hell yeah, man.
The closest we ever got was like Patrick Ewing's 94 Knicks, the Game 7
Oh, yeah.
against the Rockets. Hakeem Olajuwon, that guy was unstoppable.
This is the Basement on KSFS. We got Omid Shamsapour in the building. We got Korn doing a
Cameo cover.
doing a cameo cover, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to I remember when that came out in 2004. It was like during their greatest hits album. It was like their first 6 albums. I think Korn was in their prime around that time. but there was a lot of like issues going on in the band. The lead guitarist, had to leave. He just had a lot of issues, but he's back now.
Okay.
But I remember when Word Up came out, I was like, this was like a good pre-party song. Like when I was going to college, this was like what song we used to bump before. And shout out to Cameo with the original, it was amazing. And this, in my opinion, a really good cover, good take on it.
Awesome. We appreciate you soundtracking the episode, man.
Thanks, man. Thank you for having me do it.
All right, yo, this is the Sports Block on the Basement on KSFS. Yo, coronavirus is hitting the Japan 2020 Olympics. They're thinking about canceling some of the games.
Wow.
And it's kind of leaking into the NBA where LeBron is having to do post-game interviews about it. And he's saying, yo, if there's no fans, I'm not playing.
They need to start reporting on how many people are recovering from the coronavirus.
I know they are talking a lot about people dying about it, right?
The media spin, you're saying, is like too negative, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the few I don't know. It's just like,
Right.
they don't talk about the people recovering, you know?
I'd like to know how the treatments are.
The thousands of people recovering.
Yeah, let's turn that into an education. Like, obviously, it's sad what's happening. It's terrible. No question about it. But yeah, like you guys pointed out, make something positive of it, and let's recover from it. Let's get treatment and preventative measures. So.
I'd like to know a little
And
bit
the thing
more
is,
about it.
Yeah.
dude, they have a cruise ship
Oh, I heard about
docked
that.
out. It's been docked
Oakland,
out.
right? Or where?
Bruh, the messed up part, it's kind of socially messed up just because like it left in San Francisco, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're trying to like, it's been parked out like outside, like right on the San Mateo coast.
Oh, Sam, that's right.
But they're trying to bring it back. They're not trying to dock it in San Francisco. They're trying to dock it at Oakland,
That's right. That's the
like
part
right
of
by
that.
all the neighborhoods and just like by the ports.
Wow.
And like I guess like 40 something people tested positive for coronavirus on the ship.
Uh-huh.
And there's like a few thousand people on that ship right now.
Wow. And they're all still on it?
Yeah. And
Oh,
the thing
man.
is, like, initially, when they flew people from China back to America, they flew them to like Travis Air Force Base.
Oh.
And like, it's like just recently you start hearing like people like being like affected by the virus in that county, in Solano County. So it's like,
Yeah, that's terrible.
it's like, man, I don't know. I mean, unfortunately, I mean, they say that the coronavirus isn't as bad as the flu.
The
Because like you
H1N1
hear,
and all that?
yeah, you hear about the people passing, and it's like mostly people of older age or
Right.
people with like already
Weaker
complications,
immune systems.
which
yeah.
is unfortunate already. But like,
Right.
they don't talk enough about the people recovering,
The people that are being treated.
which is like the
It's a
general
very good point.
population.
Yeah. That's a very
Man.
good point.
And it's like I feel like a lot of it's in people's head. Like more people fly or die from the flu, the regular flu yearly
Right.
from this virus, you know.
especially people of older age with weaker
Yeah.
immune systems.
And based on
point.
percentages, I'm not trying to get into like percentages and stuff, but you're more likely
Yeah.
to die from the flu than the coronavirus.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of good to kind of set that reminder out there to let people know it. It's not as plaguish as it's coming out to be. Having said that, you should take precautions and let people know. My whole thing is like, if people wash your hands, people should be doing that anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
Yeah, just in general.
There's almost people coming out the woodwork, like wash your hands or like get your hands. Like, all right, well, I hope you've been doing that till now.
Right.
And still,
It's just like, bro, the dudes are just like, oh, bro, did you wash your hands? I was like, bro, did you just start washing your hands?
that's what I'm getting at. You just start watching it. Exactly.
But
Yeah.
no, it's kind of crazy because like I really have nothing to worry about because so my video editing class. Shout out to City College. So this week we had like a guest speaker. He was like a video editor for 60 Minutes
Nice.
on CBS for 20 years.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
and he ran like a thing that he ran. So apparently he went in the field, and they sent him to Thailand and to like to parts of Asia to cover like SARS.
Wow.
And he was like there like at ground zero with like for like the SARS outbreak, and like at like farms where it started from with like pigs and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like he was fine. He was just like, yeah, like they gave us like masks and stuff. At first it seemed kind of sketch, but or he didn't say sketch, but it seemed kind of weird. But
Right.
Yeah.
I came back, I'm alive, and this dude's like 80 years old. So it's
Right.
It's like, yeah.
See, we need to hear more examples about that, right?
Yeah.
To kind of like,
The thing is, people don't watch 60 Minutes, so they don't.
right. Unless if like their favorite like celebrities on or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, no, I know, I'm with you. I totally get that.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yo, it's the basement on KSFS, man. We need to take a break.
It's break time.
It's about break time.
All right.
So we gonna leave y'all with this Metallica No Leaf Clover live S&M, right?
Yep.
And we'll come back after the mix, man. This is the basement on KSFS. Justin Russell here.
CJ Baarde.
Omid, you chilling?
I'm chilling, man. Yeah, I'll be right back with you guys.
All right. We'll be back.
You are now listening to The Basement on KSFS.
You are listening to KSFS Radio, San Francisco at BeccaMedia.net, KSFS Radio. That's BECAMEDIA.net /KSFS Radio. KSFS is an audio service of the Broadcast and Electronic Communication Arts Department and San Francisco State University. Some rights reserved under Creative Commons license. You are now listening to The Basement, hosted by Justin and CJ. And I'm Omid as an honorary guest for today's episode.
It's a fact.
That air horn, by the way, it's my favorite sound ever.
The basement on KSFS. Justin Russell.
CJ Baarde in the building, and
Oh,
we are
me.
with.
Shamsapour. What's happening, man?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me, guys.
Welcome back, y'all. We're getting into the music block, man. And while we go to the music block, we're going to continue the conversation that we was having in the car about 2K video games.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to NBA 2K, the flagship of the 2K brand, in my opinion.
They're getting better, right? The
They are.
NBA is getting a little bit better.
Yeah,
But the wrestling game is getting kind of soft, right?
WWE 2K, it's interesting, man. Some of the best games ever were on there, and I think it's been slipping lately. It's it's widely publicized, but hopefully in the next year or two, I think they're going to kind of rebrand things, make things happen, and WWE will definitely come back with some good games. But right now, it's all about NBA 2K.
Yep.
2K TV needs to bulk up their content, though.
They do. Like, they got,
Say
like,
that, right?
these, like, YouTube influencers.
Yeah, man. Or maybe.
Yeah.
Because my thing is they do try to get like a lot of celebrities and NBA players involved, but it's always in like a way that feels super forced.
Okay.
And I'm just like, and like you were saying, the writing on it is kind of
Terrible.
weird,
Like,
yeah.
Ronnie 2K Sports.
Yeah.
Right.
Hire me to hire your, or to write your stuff to relate to, like,
Right.
an audience.
You could probably hire some of
That's
the
like-
influencers too that y'all
Right.
got on the camera to write some of the stuff that y'all talking
Right? Don't hire the people in front of the camera. Hire the people behind the camera.
about.
Right. Strength. Play to your strengths. Yeah.
Just like,
Yo, we were just watching the video of Oprah falling on stage, man.
That's my first time seeing it, by the way. Wow, that was crazy.
It happens to the worst or the best of us.
That's true. No, yeah, no. I mean, Oprah's amazing, and that sucks that happened to her, though. But
I didn't see the video of Kobe crossing her at first. That was hilarious.
You showed me that.
That was hilarious.
We'll put that
Wow.
up on the episode so y'all can see that.
the internet is relentless. Like nobody's safe on the internet.
Nobody.
Yo. Shaq's hair. You guys see Shaq's hairline?
Oh yeah, you heard about that? It was like a bet.
He lost
He
a
lost
bet
the bet to
with
Dwayne
D.
Wade.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that. I saw the pictures. I'm like,
The
oh my
hairline
god.
was on like the top of his head.
Yeah. Hella people commented on that. That was so great. We gotta, like, Shaq has like,
Shaq Diesel.
Shaq Diesel, Aristotle.
Why haven't you have to grow that back? Because he's bald usually, right?
Yeah.
You just have to grow
I
it
don't
back
know.
and
Do you
shave
guys
it
know
at the top.
what the bet was?
I don't know what the bet was. No.
I don't know. I just know like he lost the bet to D Wade and just like he had to grow it out.
Yeah.
It was hilarious though.
Speaking of Dwayne, do you guys see his
He took like a
documentary?
champ. I still haven't seen it.
It's amazing.
This is 30 for 30, right?
I believe so. Yeah. It's 30 for 30, like ESPN doc.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it.
Yeah, I gotta look that one
What's
up.
it called?
Let me look that up right now. Actually.
D-Wade documentary. D-Wade got a song with Rick Ross. That was down on the rundown from earlier.
Dwayne Wade?
Yeah, you didn't hear it yet?
He's rapping?
Yeah, he's rapping. When we play it?
Yeah, play it. Can you play it?
Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
play it right now.
we'll plug the doc after the song.
Is the homie coming through though? Like,
Yeah, we got Nathan Williams' interview coming up next, but right now it's the Basement on KSFS, man. We got another 13 minutes on the air.
hey, is his show Linear Systems?
No, I think Linear Systems is one of the student shows.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which one?
I think they don't. I don't think they put the OG shows on the schedule anymore.
well, but the thing is, where's Linear Systems?
So guys,
Oh, they're probably late.
so it's D Wade Life Unexpected, as and ESPN presents it. So I don't think it's 30 for 30, but it's about 2 hours with commercials.
Okay.
Incredible. I mean, I'm sure we all know a lot
It's
about
about his
D Wade and
life.
his career. Oh yeah, but
Is that the one like? Is that the one where it starts like at the decision?
It doesn't start at
Or
the
like,
decision.
but it has a decision?
Okay. So basically, the last 10 years of his career, from like 09 or 2010 to like 2019, 2020, that window, he was getting a documentary like made for him. So I think it definitely evolved. But that whole Miami Heat chapter with LeBron and Bosch, like the Heatles,
Yeah. The
that's
Heatles.
fully like they dive into like a good portion of the documentary on that.
So like at some point in his life, he was like, okay, I'm gonna hire like a crew and document the next 10 years of my life.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, it's crazy, and like it
dope.
goes into like his relationship with Gabrielle Union,
what?
the ups and downs. It's really intimate
Yeah,
stuff.
now I want to see it.
Wait,
Yeah.
did he get divorced? Like before that?
Yeah, well, yeah, he had another relationship.
on a break.
And then the thing with Gabrielle Union, they were on
It's
a
like
break.
the Friends thing.
Exactly.
They were on a break.
They were on a break.
He went out and had a kid with.
Yeah, kudos to Wade and Union for really just putting themselves out there and
Keeping their family solid, man.
Yeah, they did. They're amazing. It's really wonderful to see how strong they are now after all these years, and the family. The kids from previous relationships, and then the children they have together.
Yeah.
It's just one wonderful family, and it's just kudos to D Wade to pull it all together with Gabrielle and his family. So very
Kudos to
inspirational,
D-Wade, man.
Oh,
It's
he's
Basement
one
on
of my all-time
KSFS,
favorites.
man. That was the new Kamaya. Yo, y'all ready for this new D Wade?
Let's hear it.
D Wade, Rick Ross featuring D Wade with season ticket holder.
Bro, that was not Kamaya, that was OG Nish.
Oh, well, why it sound like Kamaya though?
Cause she from Oakland. I don't know, it does sound like.
Yeah, I know, right? It was just like her, yo. Oh, why I got Udonis Haslam in the video though? Hold on, let me.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, that's just been his running mate for years, though.
Last
Yeah.
season,
Rick
last
Ross, season ticket
man,
holder
Bro,
featuring
is-
D Wade.
is Haslam in the league
first
still?
doing something that I've never done before.
Did he retire?
I think he might have retired too.
Haslam?
Be in the studio.
I don't know, he
messing
might
around,
still be
joking
on, like,
around,
the
having
15
fun,
guys.
but
He was on all of Wade's
When
championship
they hear
teams.
it, they gonna know this for the crib. And 305, we don't play no games. You dig?
He said facts.
Hey, UD,
What's good, my boy?
Mr. 305,
Yes, sir.
Wade County.
That's
20
totally
years
weird.
later,
We done made history.
new rings on our fingers, pockets getting fatter. Nigga, we getting greater.
I'm the son of a saint, still considered a sinner. 3 rings on his finger, yeah, that boy was a winner. Never known as a singer, but this might be a single. Always bet on your homies, then go bat a casino. Ball is my passion, check the stats that they asking. Shorty checking my page, she followed my fashion. My life is a film, and Gab's the lead. She's so precious to me, as the edit I breathe. Time to fuel up the jet, D-Way jersey to drip, Lamborghinis to match, got 3 G's on the strip. These haters beneath us, as I'm lacing my sneakers. Season 16, Lamborghinis and Nimas.
Talk to him, Dwayne.
I'm shooting my shot. Every car that I got, every record I break, every rock in my watch.
Well, just when we're talking about Udonis Haslam, here's a quote I see from an article. It says, "You have to ask my teammates if this is my last season. It's up to those guys. If they send me out the right way, you don't have to worry about me no more. But if they don't take care of business, then I might be back answering the same question again next year. Is this your last dance? So it's up to the guys." So, hey, good for him. That's awesome,
man.
That guy's a baller. I love Udonis Haslem.
Still on the squad, man.
Still in the squad, and he was there for all 3 of the Miami Heat championships.
Yeah. They were just pouring champagne. You see this? They're pouring champagne on Larry O'Brien.
That's not Larry O'Brien.
That's crazy.
Hey, theory is, I think that might be changed to the David Stern Trophy coming up. You know?
Yeah.
Because Kobe Bryant with the All-Star MVP trophy. You know, I think maybe David Stern, because rest in peace. He also passed right in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So anyway,
AODUA. I do the song, but let me pour some bottles on the trophy.
Remember some bottles on that.
Dude.
You are now listening to The Basement on KSFS.
Yo, any parting thoughts?
well, just we're talking about Udonis Haslem. Here's a quote I see from an article. It says, "You have to ask my teammates if this is my last season. It's up to those guys. If they send me out the right way, you don't have to worry about me no more. But if they don't take care of business, then I might be back answering the same question again next year. Is this your last dance? So it's up to the guys." So, hey, good for him. That's awesome,
man.
That guy's a baller. I love Udonis Haslem.
Still on the squad, man.
Still in the squad, and he was there for all 3 of the Miami Heat championships.
Yeah. They were just pouring champagne. You see this? They're pouring champagne on Larry O'Brien.
That's not Larry O'Brien.
That's crazy.
Hey, theory is, I think that might be changed to the David Stern Trophy coming up.
Yeah.
Because Kobe Bryant with the All-Star MVP trophy. I think maybe David Stern, because rest in peace. He also passed right in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So anyway,
AODUA. I do the song, but let me pour some bottles on the trophy.
Remember some bottles on that.
Dude. All right,
Yo.
it's TJ Baarde.
This is Justin Russell, man.
And it's Basement Radio.
Based on KSFS.
You are now listening to The Basement on KSFS.
This a highway robbery. Trick. All my 304s charge a fee. You sick? Easy think I'm fucking on this bitch. Go Polo 304 on Instagram. Follow me. Stepped in the game like who that? Check 15 out that bitch, then I blew that. Woo! Cause I've been on the road for a month. I've been smoking out the P. I ain't in the matching blunts. Nigga, you ain't never ran it up. 12 in the morning, I be on the money, huh? Think I real crispy.